So I have not looked into the pork part. I haven't looked into the, 100 million here and the 10 million there.
What was our budget deficit last year?
The budget deficit was 2 trillion, I think, roughly 1.8, something like that.
What do you think budget deficit is going to be in the coming year?
So again, if I take what I just gave you, I use dynamic scoring, I add in tariffs, and I subtract out the reduction in spending, but put back in, put back in the military increase and the border increase. Okay, you got to put those back in. It would look to me like we're talking about something on the order of 400 billion per year reduction. So going from 1.7, 1.8 to 1.4, something like that, which would also reduce
2 trillion to 1.6 is really what the number is.
It's what?
2 trillion to 1.6 is
Okay,
really what
2 trillion, 1.6. Okay. So that's about where I would come
that's
out.
Elon's problem.
He wants it to be lower than 1.6.
I mean, how do you?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
We currently can't raise money to pay our debts right now, and you're going to add 1.6 trillion to the debt next year, and most of the money that they're raising is just waste and fraud. Most of the money. I mean, if you look at some of these expenditures, it's just rotten fraud. Look, I had a tweet today on Medicare costs, Medicare expenditures. I mean, it's like 20% of Medicare is waste and fraud. And, everybody's saying, well, if we do this and this, then it's only 1.6 trillion. How much do we owe at the moment? Add the 1.6. And, I mean, what are you going to do? Get back to zero in 10 years at that rate?
So Bessent said he wanted to get it down to 3% of GDP, get the deficit down to 3% of GDP at the end of the term. My feeling is that Bessent believes that this is down payment on that. What is the number? Let's say the number is 1.6. What is and Elon, maybe Elon's goal is 0 this year, but Bessent clearly stated he didn't think that was wise. Because we would take too much out of the economy too fast.
You have to do this line item by line item.
Okay.
I don't know that you can get to 0, but if you actually looked at these line items and you looked at the items that they're trying to spend money on, and he's seen this in action in each of these departments.
Right.
The kind of money what they spend money on, it's just incredible. And the amount of people that they hire. I mean, you let Elon go item by item and make a budget, that 1.6 trillion would disappear.
So if you've got the rescission, nothing that we just discussed included the rescission.
The rescission bill they sent in was a couple of 100 million.
No, it was 9 billion. So what was, and they said,
yeah, but most of it is going to be spent anyway in the State Department anyway. I mean, it's.
Well, so they said the 9 billion will be the first one. It was going to test the waters to see how the rescission process went through, whether they could get the Republicans to, it was the easiest one because it was USAID and everybody can kind of agree on that 9 billion. So then once they did that, they would bring in more rescission bills. But once again, I'm not sure. It's kind of like, if I was Elon, I'd be saying, okay, we haven't passed the first one yet. We haven't even presented the other ones yet. So I'd like to believe that we're going to get that 150 billion that I found, but I'm not so sure if you're not even putting the rescission bills out there, because another 150 billion would take us down to 1.45.
I think it's 1.75, but okay. Look, I hear what you say, and it's kind of Washington speak for, oh, there's no problem here, nothing to see, move along.
No, I'm trying to talk about a compromise. I'm trying to figure out why this didn't.
No, compromise.
I-
You're talking compromise and Elon in the same sentence doesn't compute.
So
Doesn't compute.
okay. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to, is whether or not there was a way to have 2 weeks ago or a week ago said to Elon,
Yeah, but the problem for Elon was that in the dead of night, they took this bill, they put all the pork back in it, and they passed it
got it.
before they even read it. 5 guys, 7
Right.
guys, whatever, 9 guys,
Right.
whatever it was, put this thing together. It was like the movies.
Yeah.
And then they passed it, during the night before anybody could read it. And he was just, I mean, he was just. So you're not going to get me off the view that Elon was right in his reading of what it is, and he was right to resign. He was right to get out of Dodge. Whether he was right to try and, bait
Right.
the president, that's a whole nother conversation, and we've had it.
Right.
So, but I agree with him. I think that the budget, we are so inured to the situation that we just accept, oh, well, it's only 1.9, it's only 1.8, maybe we'll get down to 1.6. We'll charge tariffs, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's going to happen.
If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look, or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.